The episode where Mordecai became a hateful character.
Regular show.
I tried to go back and look at like the regular shows I missed, but like the first like 5, 6 seasons, I know them all. Like I've watched them multiple times, but after that, get a little tricky.
Show is a fascinating
Like
series.
after they bring the goat in, the little like apprentice or whatever it's called.
Not for nothing, as many people consider it the best Cartoon Network series. Today, we're going to talk about.
I was always regular show over Adventure Time, but I think Adventure Time might be better than regular show now.
An episode that addresses Mordecai's ingratitude towards Rigby. If you get annoyed with Mordecai, know that you're not alone.
Damn,
This
the whole
episode
series?
revealed Mordecai's.
Now Adventure Time not as because it actually adds like a plot and a lore. That's what shit called lore. I learned that shit from Adventure Time. I was watching a whole bunch of movies about it or a whole bunch of YouTube videos about it. Like it actually got a good like timeline and shit, and it actually like makes sense.
Most rotten and selfish side. So without further ado,
I don't know if regular show
let's
got
begin.
that.
Right from the start of the episode, we have Mordecai and Rigby working together, and CJ shows up. At this point,
And this man Mordecai pissed me off, bro. Because even when I was a kid, bro, I'm like, bro, you do not know how to talk to girls. Like she fuck with you, obviously. So it's not that hard. Just like, bro, he always fucked it up. Then there was the one episode where his breath smelled and shit, and it's like he tried to go back in time, and then he like froze everything. With his... Bro, that shit pissed me off, bro. He overcomplicates everything with that shit.
and Rigby working together, and
Irritated
CJ
me.
shows up. At this point, CJ was still Mordecai's girlfriend, and she came to take Mordecai on a date. In this situation, Mordecai asks Rigby to finish the job alone. Rigby agrees,
You know
and from
you're not
there,
gonna do this
we
shit.
have a sequence of Mordecai's requests to Rigby, and in all of them, Rigby gladly agrees. Throughout the series, Rigby has never been a reliable person, so to speak, but these actions showed how much he cared about his friend. He had no obligation to accept those requests, but he did, probably because he wanted his friend's relationship to stay strong. After a while, during a meeting, Benson asked Mordecai to help Rigby change the light bulbs, and when Rigby said he could do it alone, everyone, including Mordecai, laughed at him. I can understand that others might think he's still useless without Mordecai, but Mordecai should have been
Yeah.
the first to defend Rigby.
I don't know. He
While
talking
Rigby
about.
has put them in various predicaments, he didn't deserve to be
Ooh, he
treated
helped
that
you.
way. This shows a lot about Mordecai's selfish personality. In his view, he's superior to Rigby just because his diploma guarantees his job, and all Rigby did was the minimum. No one deserves to go through such situations, especially coming from their best friend. All Rigby asked for was to be recognized. In exchange for all those favors, he just wanted Mordecai to say that he is useful, something Mordecai didn't even do. In this episode, Mordecai's most unpleasant side was exposed. He showed that he never recognized the help Rigby gave him over time. Rigby helped him get over Margaret and meet CJ, but apparently, for Mordecai, that was the bare minimum. Mordecai said Rigby was everything but useful, and he even started listing
Damn.
all the times Rigby basically complicated things, concluding that Rigby is the complete opposite of useful. When Rigby said they did those things together,
why talk like
Mordecai
this?
responded
It sounds
by
like
saying he
AI.
was there. In other words,
Gotta be
Mordecai
right.
thinks that in all those times, Rigby caused the problems, and Mordecai solved them. Clearly,
Nah, I hated Rigby because his ass was just doing stupid shit, bro. Like, oh, let's go do this job and let's just get done with it, and then we can just go home or we can just go back to the house. This man Rigby doing some extra shit. You want to play while we're doing the job and shit. He just can't lock in. Like, he was like, what's that shit called? Like, he was just animated, but he's also like, he was like procrastinating. That's what it's called. But I thought with Mordecai, like he was more like mature than everybody else.
Rigby gets really upset, and he quits his job.
I thought with my boy
At which point,
Skips.
everyone
Skips
starts
always
laughing
fixed
at him.
every problem.
And once again,
And he hesitated on
Mordecai
none.
reminds
Like he
him
was
that it
always
his
there.
references that got them the job, but he still left. It's undeniable that Rigby really owes a lot to Mordecai, but it's also undeniable that Mordecai owes a lot to Rigby. After all, that's how friendships work, but for some reason,
I hated Rigby because he's black. It's still February, by the way.
it seemed like Mordecai enjoyed humiliating Rigby. Rigby goes to a place looking for job vacancies, and it seems like there are several vacancies with some conditions: having a diploma, graduating from high school, and having
Nah,
a
Benson
driver's
always
license.
a party pooper. Like he always
Clearly, our
fuck
friend
shit up.
Rigby
Like,
doesn't-
yeah, we're supposed to like put these chairs up for the event later, but like, bro, we can't have fun. Like, bro,
doesn't have any
Like, if we get it done before the event, why are you on us, bro?
of these attributes, leaving him with only one
Like,
option.
you always was fucking shit
I
up.
think this symbolizes the fact that a good education opens many doors for our future. It's common nowadays to see people saying that school and college are useless. My opinion on this is simply to ignore it. For some reason, teenagers are the ones who pay the most attention to this. I don't agree with various aspects of the education system, but to say it's useless is just teasing. If you don't agree with your teacher who
I think a lot of shit that's taught in high school, like, I was somebody that, like, I had my own crib at 18. And me not knowing how to pay my bills or how to pay a bill, and, like, the whole, like, banking system and, like, investing, having a car, like, car payments and how to get a car, like, all that shit just, like, came at me at once, and I'm just, like, I'm still confused. Like, there's a lot of shit I don't know about life just because I haven't crossed that path yet, but that's a lot of shit that they don't teach in high school. And I feel like that's what they need to teach in high school, because these math, algebras and shit, and people want to be fucking, they want to be geographers and shit, and fucking study the stars and shit. Like, they need science, so it's like they should be able to, in high school, they should be able to, that you should know basic math from elementary school and middle school, but I think high school, it should be like college. You should be able to, like, oh, yeah, I gotta take math for 2 years, but I do want to take 2 science classes for freshman year, and I want to, like, do that so I can get a head start on that. But a lot of people don't know what they want to do in high school, but you should at least give them classes that they can, like, benefit from in the long run. Like, I don't know, like cooking. Like, a lot of people don't know how to cook. Like, just life shit like that. Like, how to fix your car. Like, how your oils in your car. Like, a lot of y'all probably don't know, like, what where your fluids go in your car, like, and how you supposed to check it and all that shit like that.
who says that the only way to succeed in life is
There was never no cooking. There was no wood cutting. Like, that wasn't in my high school at all. Like, there was no life class like that. Like, y'all may have them, but they're not in every class. And it's like, I need the most, because I literally, like, had to get my own shit at 18. And it's like, I needed that because I was still in my senior year, just confused and shit.
through school.
The
That's
motherfucker's not
fine,
teaching me anything.
but that doesn't mean you should agree
And it's
with
like, I got nobody to look up to, and like that. I just go to them and be like, yeah, how do I do this? I never had that, so I'm just out on my own, just like figuring it out. Like, I'm just going on my phone, like, how do I check my fluids in my car and shit? Like, everything. Like, I'm telling you, everything. In construction class, yeah, like, I went to, like, doctor classes and shit. Like, I spent half my day in doctor's classes in the last 2 years of high school, but see how that worked out. Life hit me crazy. Couldn't balance college and life and shit. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm just gonna go figure out life. But yeah, I'm saying, like, we had them, but it's also like I still had to go to the old school and still, like, learn math and shit. Like, I'm good at math, but I don't use that shit ever. And most of the people in my class, I bet, do not use. There might be like one or two people that still use that shit, and that's probably because they went to college.
opinions of everyone who believes what you believe. School and university are important.
But I'm saying, just high school, every high school should be the same. They should have similar classes. Like, I never had no culinary class. I never had no life class. I never had no wood cutting. None of that bullshit. Like, I had to go to a completely different school to, like, focus on, like, what I wanted to do at that time.
And there's no
I'm saying
problem in thinking that. I would say that school is the divide between.
Like, I swear, I thought, like, culinary and wood cutting, I thought that was just for the movies and shit. I never seen that shit in real life at any high school I ever been in.
Between serving oneself and serving society.
Or it was in the suburbs. That's what I thought.
There's no one studying medicine or architecture.
Fire EMT in high school? Ain't fuck with it?
These are
fire? You want to be a firefighter? Like, what do they need to? What do you need to train for? Like, you're just battling fires and putting water on fire. It's not that hard.
People who want to.
And it's like, isn't it like volunteer work? I heard firefighters are volunteer work. Like, they just live there and get, like, fed and sleep there. So it's volunteer.
And above all, people who want.
They made you pick a class, so you pick being a firefighter?
Want to feel important. While others would be people who
that's the class I was in was always voluntary.
Enjoying it to the fullest.
Like, I wanted to do it.
Being part of one of these groups is not a reason for shame or for defaming the other. These are two groups made up of people who made their choices, and there's nothing wrong with that. Continuing with the episode, we see that the only option left was a moving company that carried everything on their backs. The boss seems to be kind of nice, but he is very strict about carrying things on their backs, and Rigby can only enter through the back door. Rigby doesn't quite understand why. After all, it wouldn't change anything and it's even more painful. But the boss doesn't give a plausible justification, just hinting that he must do it because it's the company's motto. The funny thing is that probably no one cares about it. If someone looks for example, a restaurant called Everything in 5 minutes, you wouldn't expect them to do everything in 5 minutes. That would even be a reason to suspect their methods. So what kind of person would find it fun to see a bunch of people carrying boxes?
This AI is way better,
and
Flacco.
leaving them
Do
at
not
the
talk
back
to me
door?
about your AI.
But Rigby had to do it, and that's how his first day of work ends. When he comes home, Mordecai still has the nerve to
Damn, his
ask
back was
Rigby
fucked
for
up.
another favor
Ugh.
as if nothing had happened.
You need a stretch.
Clearly, Rigby refuses to make this request.
Flacco, you think your AI is good? This shit mispronounces like the simplest words. Like, now it's gonna look like I'm shitting on you and shit. Like, at this point, I'm just about to voice your fucking videos for you. Like, damn. Another pause.
Begging for this wave to end. I mean, I can understand why, because eventually you get tired of hearing the same stuff. Dark Jersey Drill was around for a whole year a whole.
Okay.
Your which consisted of this sound, so I can get why fans are tired of it. But the way they quickly went from saying oh my god stot, and the
Stot.
super safe drill.
Stot. Like, it's just like, it has a flow to it. It has weird pauses and shit. Like, it need to be natural. Like, I don't know what you record your shit at, but you need to cut out like the parts where it just stops randomly.
The same stuff. Dark Jersey Drill
AI
was
sound
around
your
for a
belief.
whole year a
That's
whole.
what I'm saying.
Your which
Stot.
consisted of this sound, so I can get why fans.
Like, when you say S dot, put ES space dot, and then it'll say S dot. Like, it was like, pronounce it right. But you don't ever try to take my advice, Flacco, when it comes to this AI shit. But
are
it is
tired
what
of
it
it.
is.
But the way they quickly went from saying oh my god stot.
I was going to do
And
my
the
demon and
sleeper
drill
safe
in
drill,
AI,
I'm
but the
tired
shit's
of
under
these
S, so I just
Jersey
scrapped
drill
it.
beats a wave.
I
That
know how to make it
stot
sound
made
certain
wishing.
ways. Stop.
That stot didn't make this wave a
Stot.
thing is crazy. Last to close out part 1, we got DD Osama. I feel like DD Osama was
DD
only really liked
Osama.
by minors and little girls. Bro is really just drills Justin Bieber. He received the most love from these little fangirls of his,
Thin girls.
based off of the death of his brother Nadi Osama and also his looks.
I
But
turning this shit off. It's not an L video. Like, why you showing yourself? Gotta have confidence in your shit. What was I about to say? But come on, you the one that brought it up. You was trying to say like, oh, this shit over mine.
And even enumerates some of the times he helped Mordecai, and he didn't
Come on
thank him.
now.
And even if there weren't many, they continued to be very important things. Vincent arrives and sends him away, claiming that house was only for employees. That's a plausible
Damn.
reason, but the other reason would be that they
Kick my
intended
mans
to put a
out.
printing machine in that place.
Nah, I was asking because they both bad. This is more listen.
Rigby sleeps in a truck, and the next day he goes to Eileen.
Damn.
She offers him a massage and
Oh.
motivates him to continue with the job. This is one of the reasons why I think their relationship is so healthy. Both he and she push each other to become better people. Unlike Mordecai's relationships, I don't remember a time when Mordecai or his
Yeah.
partner encouraged
Yeah,
each other.
it's like super monotone
to
and
do
shit. You gotta
something.
know,
Even
like, that's why I like my voice, because I can make certain shit sound a certain way. Like, I can have like emphasis on this word, or like I'll have different like cadence when I'm saying something that I believe in, like more passion with this or something. But it's just monotone. Like,
if they
that shit
didn't
is-
like it, just because it was best for them. His relationships are just fun. They're
Put
just happy
emphasis on certain
moments.
words.
And when there are sad moments, they're not sad at an acceptable level. It's simply out of this world. Some days go by. Rigby keeps trying, so much
man's
so that
looking with
even
his
his
back.
own colleagues give him the due recognition, and the long-awaited
Oh,
payday
shit.
has arrived.
It's been
In the
5
company,
days.
there's a tradition that on the first payday, the employee must unload an entire truck alone. However, inside this
What
truck,
the fuck?
there are things that are simply impossible to carry, like a car.
A car?
So Eileen brought Mordecai to help. Rigby is still angry with him and explains that he has felt like a mere disposable helper to
How do you
Mordecai.
unload a car?
He mentions
bro?
that he helped him in various things like getting a girlfriend and preventing him from returning Margaret's sweater, and he simply stabbed him in the back. Mordecai says he never asked him to do any of those things. Then Rigby says that clearly Mordecai didn't ask. He did it because he was his friend. One of the most beautiful lines in this cartoon. Rigby starts unloading the truck. And when there was only one box left, it's
Past the
interesting to
iron
note the
sand?
difference from Mordecai to Eileen. While Mordecai gives reasons for him to give up,
Ugh.
Eileen gives reasons for him to continue, which in this case was to prove that he is useful. With that, Rigby manages to unload the truck, and only then does Mordecai apologize. And finally, Rigby manages to achieve his goal of
How do you
writing the
move the
check in his
car?
friend's face, and so the episode ends. To conclude, I just wanted to say that gratitude, or rather
That sounded like a long ass episode. That shit was not
the
11
lack
minutes.
of it, can ruin the goodwill of many people. You probably have a friend or family member who has helped you in many things, and you never showed gratitude. Some don't know what it's like,
I was
and
always
others
grateful for
simply
everything.
think it's the minimum. Try one day to call your mom or someone and just thank them for everything they've done for you.
No,
That
facts.
friend who gave you the answers during the exam, or even the one
Wait,
who explained the
cheating?
subjects to you, be grateful to him.
No, facts.
This is the end of another video. If you liked it, leave a like. If not, tell me the reason in the comments. The
Don't
channel
care.
is new, so any help